Hello everybody, Pinstripe here, and welcome back to some more Hogs of War. Today, of course, the topic is the unused bunker. Now, this was a building that was actually created quite late on in the game's development, and it was a sort of a weird hybrid combination between a shelter and a pillbox. Interestingly enough, this building only exists on the unused map High Road, which I know to many of you who have played High Road will sound confusing, because if you look around that map, you don't actually see that building anywhere, and that's because it was never fully implemented as an object. It exists in the map's data, but not physically as an object on the map. Like all unused content in Hogs of War, we have several questions, including how much health did this thing have, what exactly did it look like, how was it used, and how does it differ from the buildings in today's game. Well, as you can see, this building had a steel front door, some red and green brick textures, and is considerably flatter and longer compared to a lot of the buildings in today's game. So primarily longer and flatter than the medical tents, the regular tents, and the shelters. The interesting part though is the back, which kind of gives us a hint as to how the player was able to use this building. There is a slot that is there for firing a weapon. Either there was going to be a mounted gun, like a pillbox, or the player could shoot their rifle should they be holding one from that slot. As it is with most of the unused content in this game, it is left down to speculation to the finer details, so how much health it might have had. I think in comparison to the shelter and the pillbox, it must have had a little bit more, because I mean, you think about the comparison here, a bunker or a shelter, which one sounds stronger to you? And like I said, visually, this has a steel door, so I imagine it would have had maybe around the range of about 150 health. Sadly, because it was never implemented, the data itself on the bunker doesn't actually offer any sort of insight into any more details really regarding this building. But what do you guys think so far? Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. I'd like to know what you guys think. How much health do you think this building would have had? Like I said, reckon it would have had a little bit more than a shelter. And the big offset here is the fact that you would be able to have full visible range to shoot from this bunker at anyone who is behind you. So if anyone is in front, then you can't really do much. You can primarily use the armor to keep anybody away from you, as you would do in a shelter. And of course, I imagine the elite pigs would be able to use air support when they are in the bunker. But this was the only building in the entire game that has ever combined the idea of shooting and being used for armor primarily, because the guns don't really count. Pillboxes and artilleries don't count because their primary role is to shoot things. But this is an in-between whereby you can either use it to shoot things should they be positioned behind you, or just use it for armor as you would be in a shelter. Back in the old version of Hogs, shelters were primarily used for hiding, as they are today, but also the player could shoot from any window that happened to be in the shelter. So perhaps the bunker morphed from that idea into what it was, but sadly never made it any further in relation to development and was eventually scrapped entirely. I mean, you guys know my standpoint on buildings at this point. I enjoy the amount that we have, but I wish that there could be more, and that there could be a more diverse range of them, and the bunker really fits into that category, because being able to combine two primary things that I used in today's game, I feel like the bunker really could have worked. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments below, as I said earlier, including all the details mentioned in today's video. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the bunker. It's a shame it never made it into the final version of the game, but if you could add any building, what would it be? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys later for the next one.
What the fuck?
Right, you putrid porker. You should be proud of your hogs. I've given you, 5 additional promotion points to decorate them with. Are you listening to a word I say? Repeat after me. Minefields are very bad things to wander into. Now, press your button and we will be the richest nation in the world. Just imagine, limitless swill supplies until the end of all time. Oh, God, don't mess it up.